January 13th Public Safety and Transportation Committee meeting to order. Be looking for a motion to approve today's agenda. Moved by Duckham, supported by, was that Williams? Yes. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, passes unanimously. Takes us to the first opportunity for public comment. Is there any public comment? Any public comment? Last opportunity for public comment. Seeing none, public comment is closed. Takes us to item 4A. Be looking for a motion to approve last month's meeting minutes.
Indeed.
Can I have a motion for that? So moved. Moved by Williams, supported by Walls. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, passes unanimously. Takes us to item B, Sheriff Inmate Medical Contract, RFP ACH. Sheriff Schuete's here. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, everyone. I trust you had an opportunity to look this over. Obviously, the increase was considerable in the beginning. It's still high. We were able to get it down so that it was a more manageable. 1.3 million was kind of out of the question in the beginning. So we had an increase of over $300,000, or right around $300,000 for our medical expenses. We talked with ACH about this, and essentially what it was is they wanted all of the nurses to become RNs and then would charge us a premium rate for the RN instead of the LPN. They had some medical assistants in there as well in the previous contract that they no longer were going to have. So that was the reason for and rationale for the increase. They have since allowed the use of LPNs in our facility, which is why we have this dramatic decrease from the 1.3 to the 1 million. Nevertheless, still pretty high increase in my opinion. So we went out for a request for proposals, and they were the only ones that bid on it. And a lot of that was because of the uniqueness of our facility. So we were fortunate that we were able to piggyback off of Livingston County with the nurses involved in all of this to get the more manageable number. So I'm happy to answer any questions. The undersheriff is here as well. He worked on this pretty hard.
Committee members, are there any questions? Commissioner Bear.
Good morning, Sheriff.
Good morning.
Got one question on your cover letter, paragraph 2, current situation, subparagraph F. It's typed here that the cost is $1,058,028. On the advanced proposal form, it's $1,059,028. So there's I think probably just a typo.
Yes, sir. Thank you for pointing that out. I'm sure that is a typographical error. My apologies for that.
Yes, I'm sure it's a typo. My reason for bringing this up is we're making a motion. I presume we're going to be making a motion, and it needs to reflect the 1,059,000, not the 1,058,000. Small difference, but it's going to be our contracted price. So I'd like to make a motion that we approve the sheriff's renew the inmate medical contract with Advanced Correctional Health at a cost of $1,059,028.
Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I'll support that. Any discussion? Seeing none, I'd ask for a post vote, please.
The vote's been posted. Passes unanimous.
All right, thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you, and go Lions.
Yeah, go Lions. Takes us to item C, Region 2 Planning Commission semi-annual update.
Morning, everyone. My name is Brett Gates. I work with the Region 2 Planning Commission. I'm filling in for Jacob Hurd today, so I'm just going to kind of highlight some of our projects and work activities we've done from July 1st of last year through December 31st. So the first thing is the Metropolitan Transportation Planning. Some of the things we've been working on is helping MDOT plan for their I-94 freeway modernization. We've also been running the Jackson MPO, which is the Jackson Area Comprehensive Transportation Study. There were several tip amendments that have been passed over the course of that time. The county itself has 15 that were passed. So these are just funding adjustments to different projects as the MPO works through getting federal dollars towards road projects for the county. We're also currently in development of the fiscal year 2026 through 2029 Transportation Improvement Program. That'll expect to be adopted next summer. And some other things is road pavement ratings. We went on and did that with the county back in beginning of October. And then the rural task force, that gets money for rural roads. So they work through us with that as well. Also for economic development, we've done some different planning activities for that regarding partnership planning, outdoor recreation, and so on. So that's another thing we've done. Also the Jackson County Planning Commission, as we staff that, there's several different zoning amendments, farmland agreements that were done during this span. We had 4 rezoning requests, 3 were from Columbia Township, 1 from Blackman, and then a zoning text amendment from Summit, and a farmland agreement from Parma Township. And some other miscellaneous things we've done is the REA Eagle Workshop that was hosted on October 10th at Adrian College. And just several other land use planning activities such as master plans, recreation plans. We recently completed the Jackson County Recreation Plan. That's to be, I believe, was recently adopted and will be sent to the DNR by the end of the month. So if you have any questions or anything, feel free to ask.
Committee members, any questions? I have one. You brought up the rural road funding.
Yeah.
So was any achieved, and if so, where did it go into?
So the county essentially had to pick projects for the next couple years. So what they do for that, it just kind of goes towards various roads that are not exactly, they don't have necessarily specific roads. One specific project is Moscow Road. They'll be repaving that. And I think they're adding like rumble strips to it as well. So that was one of the projects they got funding for.
I guess my question is, to be more specific, is it for rural primary roads or secondary roads included in that as well?
It's for primary roads. So it's roads that are eligible for federal aid dollars. So those are more primary roads.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Commissioner Duckham.
Good morning. Yes, as I read this, I don't see any programs for Lenawee or Hillsdale County. Are they not doing anything on their primary roads this year?
Oh, no, they are also included in that. They only get rural dollars due to their population sizes of those communities. So they are not eligible for the same funding dollars that Jackson is. Since the urban area of the city is over 50,000, that makes them eligible to be a metropolitan planning organization. And that's why they get more funding. But they do get the funding for rural roads that Jackson also gets. And this report was just to include all Jackson County activities. That's why there's nothing
Okay.
shown for those on here.
All right, thank you.
Yep.
Any other questions? If not, I'd be looking for a motion to receive the report. So moved. Moved by Duckham, supported by Williams. All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, passes unanimously. Thanks, have a great day.
Yep, thanks.
Takes us to item D, the animal shelter, new full-time employee kennel attendant. Good morning.
Good morning.
Lydia, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good.
So thank you for listening to my request today. We have more than doubled the amount of animals that come into the shelter in the last 4 years, and we've been operating with 2 full-time kennel attendants during the last 4 years, and mostly trying to operate within that capacity and relying a lot on casual attendants to make up the amount of people that we need to operate effectively. And we're finding that the casuals a lot of times have to leave after the end of summer hours, or once they find a better or more hours at other employment places, they will end up leaving. So we're having a lot of high turnover with casuals. So I'm here to request that we can hire an additional full-time attendant to make it a more stable environment at the shelter and not have as much turnover. And our budget does allow for us to make that additional full-time employee with the millage and our revenue that we're generating through the shelter.
Committee members, any questions? So in other words, I know the answer to this, but just so it's on record, absolutely no general fund dollars will fund
Correct.
this.
Yes.
Thanks. Be looking for a motion to forward to the full board with recommendation of approval. Moved by Williams, supported by Duckham. Is there any discussion? If none, if you could please post the vote.
It's been posted.
Thank you very much.
Passes unanimous.
Oh, I thought. Okay. Yeah, oh, okay, okay. I thought it was like leave. Okay, well, it's like officially,
Thank you very much.
thank you. I do appreciate
Have a
that.
good day.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right, is anybody here from Department of Transportation today? If not, it's the semi-annual report. That's, all right, motion by Williams. Supported by Walls. Any discussion? To accept the report.
Discussion? Good heads up, Commissioner Williams.
All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, passes unanimously. And that takes us to item 5A. Be looking for a motion to pay the claims.
So moved.
Moved by Duckham, supported by Williams. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Aye. All opposed, passes unanimously. Takes us to item B, other minutes, of which there are none. Item C, the reporting schedule for February will be Jackson County Department of Transportation monthly, sheriff semi-annual report, prosecutor semi-annual report, public defender quarterly report, and the 911 quarterly report. Takes us to item 6A, public comment. There is no longer anyone in the public. So public comment is closed. Takes us to item 7A, committee member comments. Are there any committee member comments? Seeing none, meeting is adjourned.